how about the snow? We have some of these, just again, there's so many snow reports we got in, but we are officially 8.8 in Central Park, so that would make it the biggest snowfall we've seen in 5 years. Ramapo, New York, over a foot of snow. Levittown, Long Island, 12 inches of snow. Old Bridge down in Middlesex County, you're over 8 inches, and over 8 inches down towards Tinton Falls in Monmouth County. Now, this is a lot of sleet right now in Midtown, and that's going to be the deal for the rest of the evening. It's snow, it's sleet, kind of mixing it up here in the city. To the north and west, it's going to be pure snow. But I'll tell you what, this is one of the coldest snowstorms I've covered, where it's 17 degrees right now. Wind chill at 7. That's because of the gusty winds coming out of the easterly and northeasterly direction, gusting to 43 in the last hour. Now, when we look at the visibility, you notice we're 3/4 of a mile and increasing because of the sleet. We can see a little bit better when it's sleeting. However, you go to the north and west, it's half-mile visibility into the Hudson Valley because this is all pure snow. It has not moved a degree into the Hudson Valley, where it's still single digits. So we're just stacking up the snow. Somebody's going to walk out of this storm with nearly 2 feet of snow into places like western Orange County, up towards Dutchess and Ulster County. We have a snow band that's been supercharged over the last hour. Park Ridge, Bergen County, into Patterson and into Cliffside Park. At times, we're mixing it up with sleet, but it's still coming down pretty nice as you get into Troy Hills. The oranges down towards Elizabeth, into Staten Island, you're seeing snow and sleet mixture. A little bit lesser intensity in Suffolk County right now, but we're going to watch that band start to shift out of northern Monmouth County, and that's going to make a beeline towards the island. So we'll start to get back into some snow. Now, I want to show you a different radar product. This is our correlation coefficient radar, where we're looking into the sky and we're trying to decipher what particle is snow, what particle is sleet. And this is the line of snow and sleet. You can see a lot of noise over Midtown. That's your sleet. Anything north of that noise, that is pure snow. So you can see all the snow coming down into Rockland County. Meanwhile, you get south of that line, that's where we're starting to see more in the way of sleet and even some freezing rain. Speaking of, we could see a little bit of an ice accretion across Middlesex County, western Monmouth County. You get down the Turnpike, heading towards 195. So tonight is going to be nearly impossible to travel, not only because of all the snow today, but we could also talk about ice accretion, and that's a whole other problem. So we're going to continue to see the snow through the midnight hour, and then here comes the cold, negative digits, and it gets harsh as we head towards Thursday and Friday. We could get as cold as 20 below zero in our outer suburbs. So if you thought it was cold now, you ain't seen nothing yet. Single-digit readings at night for several nights. We'll talk more about that, and of course, more storm tracking with the storm coming up in just a little bit, guys.
And Mike, guys, you have that satellite up there. For a quick question about
Sure.
it, because a lot of concern to the south in the southern states was that it was going to be a major ice problem. Has it been?
Okay, so that's a great question, Candace. It has and it hasn't. The has was down towards the Dallas area. They did see a lot of ice, and they still have closures at that airport. But then you get into the Virginia, the Carolinas, it was not an ice event. The warm air kind of won out, which was some good news. And just looking at this wide view, Candace, down there, they're issuing tornado watches.
Wow.
Gives you an idea how dynamic it is. So good question on that one.
Yeah, you know, Mike, I have another question.
Sure.
It's not being classified as a blizzard.
No.
Even though we have blizzard-like conditions. Can you explain to viewers why?
Yeah, so it's not your quintessential snowstorm, right, guys? I mean, we're talking about a system that's not a coastal, it's not a nor'easter. You typically have to engage three things for a blizzard criteria. You need to have the snow, obviously. That disrupts visibility. It has to be under a quarter of a mile. And then you need a criteria of wind. You need to be over 35 miles per hour for a period of time. That hasn't been the case with this storm. It hasn't been a lot of wind with this storm. So when you lose that aspect, it's not about how much snow you have. You need the wind and you need to lose the visibility. That's a criteria for blizzard. This was not that type of storm. It was a weird storm because it wasn't a nor'easter. It wasn't a coastal storm. It was just a ton of moisture getting slungshot into Arctic air. It's 17 right now in Midtown, and we're seeing heavy snow. That is a bit of an anomaly in terms of a storm. And the coverage, guys, look how large it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, some 250 million people impacted by the storm.
It's definitely just more volume than anything else.
That's it. That's it.
All right.